Fagazile Khuluse and her friend Fisani Nxonxo have braved the burning midday sun to walk down a rocky path to their food garden. It's a wonder that anything can grow in this dry, arid area now that the province finds itself in the middle of a drought. But they emerge out of the valley with bags loaded with bright green spinach and red jam tomatoes. Together they've lived in Fuleni for 52 years, a lifetime for some. Taking a load off their feet and resting under the shade of a tree, 73-year-old Fagazile Khuluse says she, like many of her fellow Fuleni residents, knows little about plans for the proposed mine. Sifiso Dladla from the Global Environmental Trust that's working to save the wilderness protected area translates.
At the moment, I can't say I know much. We only heard about the mine when we were first prospecting, and we were not consulted before that. We just saw people when they were drilling for making the boreholes. So we were told that it's going to bring development. We will all live a better life.
The nearby Somkhele mine is one of 3 mines already operating in the area. Khuluse says word from their friends there is not good.
But then we went across to Somkhele, and when we got there, we saw that people are angry and are not satisfied because their promises have never been met.
Khuluse becomes emotional once the relocation issue comes up. When she was just 10 years old, she and her family were forced to come here to Fuleni from their home of Otwango. The land was needed for an agricultural college. She says even though she did not want to leave Otwango, they had clear information about the move.
They properly consulted us. They took their time in consulting us, even though we did not want, but the current king's father, which is Cyprian Goodwill, came down to us to inform us and to also to plead with us to come and relocate. And it was the apartheid government back then. I've grown old in this place, therefore I have never in my life considered relocating to somewhere, maybe a Msinga area or wherever. But I've just convinced myself for a very long time that I will have to die here.
Khuluse describes what she's seen in the nearby village where there is already a mine.
They form an integral part of our lives, and we believe that ancestors should not be disturbed. We've seen in Somkhele that the graves are exhumed, and then you can actually see the bone of your family members that you've always thought they rested in peace, and that on its own is very touchy to us.
Both women say they simply want a say in their own lives. Meanwhile, Ibuto Coal spokesperson Johan van den Berg would only say in an emailed response that the company is still conducting its environmental impact assessment and will address issues as they're being highlighted. For the SABC, I'm Minoshni Pillay in Durban.